Hey, it's Pick. If you like these videos and you want to see more, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out tremendously. Thank you. Now, the Boomer is something that I would consider a support special infected. He has the almighty task of performing the disruption of the team. Usually, at a certain point when the Boomer goes in, at least someone else has attacked before him. So on top of the disruption that someone else did, he is also going in and doing his thing and providing that all needed extra chaos to the mix, which the special infected need to capitalize to win most, if not all, games. Alright, now this clip right here is going to be a perfect example of what the survivor sees when encountering a Boomer. If you noticed originally in the beginning of the clip, when I opened the door, I think, and then I immediately got vomited on, it also got Ellis, I believe. The boom spray is a lot wider than most people give it credit for. I'd say probably if the Boomer was in a right spot and the survivors were also in the right spot, like my team was also good, he could probably could have gotten us all in the stairwell if he really wanted to, but we were quick on the draw and we got him. And then a little bit later, I think another Boomer gets us in the window, so it's Boomers are easily one of the hardest things to counter. I mean, not really. I mean, one shot, one kill. But if you get boomed on, it's a lot difficult to deal with. I want to shout this from the rooftops of every single building I could find. The Boomer needs his teammates in order to properly and effectively take out a team. If his teammates are not around, the Boomer shouldn't go in. That's just, that's how he works. That's fundamentally how he works. One shot is all it will take from literally anything. Maybe 2 or 3 from the default pistols. But at most, it's one shot. Like, I don't think I've ever actually spent more than a few seconds killing a Boomer. Yeah. Fundamentally, when you think about playing the Boomer, you have to think about your spacing between the survivors and yourself. Like, that's paramount. But also at the same time, you have to consider that the Boomer doesn't, like, his attack isn't good. The only real thing he can do is vomit on someone, and then once that's over, he either runs away or he's going to charge in and try and get someone to shoot him so that way he can explode and get the rest of the survivors. And sometimes that does work, but you really gotta think about the longevity of your survivability, because I mean, sure, you can go in, get all 4 survivors boomed, and then call it a day. That's all well and good, but you also have to consider the fact that now you're going to have to probably take 20 seconds or 15 seconds to respawn, when you could have stayed the Boomer had you just run away and waited. I think it's 10 seconds for the Boomer's vomit to recharge and go again. It's the little things that people don't really take into consideration when playing with special infected. Mainly survivability. Mainly survivability. You have to think like your opponent. You have to consider the fact that they also know how easily the Boomer dies. So you have to at least think about for a second, okay, so they're going to immediately shoot me when they see me spawn. Because the Boomer is probably the loudest of the special infected with his, his sound files. If you've played the game, you know what the Boomer sounds like. Sounds like someone that is like choking on a chicken bone, but at the same time they really still wanted to keep drinking that soup. So keep in mind the sound that the Boomer gives off. If you can hear it, the survivors can hear it. Alright? That is probably one of the best tips I could give about the game itself in general. If you as a special infected can hear something, that also means the survivors hear the exact same thing. If you hear a tank off in the distance, there's a good chance at least one of the survivors hears that tank and knows about, okay, this the boss enemy is coming, so now we have to prepare. And in my eyes, I see the boomer as a tank, but easily killed tank, if that makes sense. The boomer and the tank both have can easily overwhelm a team and then just back out and then just do it again. The only difference is the tank has I think 6,000 health and the boomer has 50. So it's survivability is the boomer's biggest like thing he has to worry about. Kind of like the spitter in a way. The spitter only has 100 health. So it's basically like just double boomer. Probably one of the best things you could do as any special infected, I would say, is to find a good angle of attack. From above, not a lot of Left 4 Dead players look up. So that's like immediately your advantage. They will look up if they think they hear something up there, but 9 times out of 10 they won't. Just because, you know, they're more focused on straight ahead and the zombies that are in front of them. So if you can get up high and then vomit down onto someone, that could easily give you also an opportunity to escape and, you know, have that longevity of the zombie that you're playing and just maybe be able to get out another attack or two along the way. I would say probably the best place to give an example of this is the construction yard in Dead Air. When you're near the fire pit, I think you can climb up to that roof where you start the crescendo. You can vomit down onto the players there. I think there are some HVAC machines hanging on the wall, so you can just get on one of those, vomit, I think climb back up, and then just go around to the other side of the building when they go through the alley, and just do it again. If they stay in there that long, that is. Now, don't get me wrong, the boomer as a special infected does have melee attacks. They all have melee attacks. They can usually just run in, claw all they want. But I'm pretty sure the boomer has the weakest. I don't know if it's because of the way he is attacking, but I'm pretty sure the boomer has the weakest melee attack, which is understandable because, you know, he's supposed to be that support special infected, so it makes sense that he is not going to be able to do a lot of damage. I don't think the medic in TF2 does a lot of damage. I don't think Mercy in Overwatch does a lot of damage, so it just makes sense that a support character isn't going to do a lot. But they make up for it by kind of being the backbone of the team. The boomer essentially he's a walking bile bomb. You know, he's a walking bile canister. Yeah, the survivors throw. He can do everything the bile bomb does, except also walk away, and then wait a few seconds, and then do it again. So, you know, you gotta keep in mind that the boomer essentially is like what he kind of brings in the horde. You know, he is the thing that is going to constantly keep harassing these survivors. And if you don't have a good boom, you're not going to like constantly have that aggression on them that you need in order to slow down a lot of good teams. Pairing the boomer with the spitter immediately after the spitter attacks is fundamentally one of the best ways to play the boomer, because at least, you know, they're getting spit and they don't know how far the spit is out. Boom on someone that is like pinned by a hunter, pinned by a charger, jockeyed, smokered. Just, you know, you can easily find these avenues to at least boom on someone. But at least keep in mind, if you do go for people that are pinned, keep in mind that the boomer, if exploded, can knock the zombies out of these pinning attacks, which can free the survivors, which is not good. Well, anyway, I think that's all of the real important tips and things I can give. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. That helps me out tremendously. And, you know, maybe leave a comment if you can. Anyway, peace.